Okay, so we are back. Okay, Rob here once again with Smart Profit Money. Okay, in this video, I will be covering how to get leads without doing any cold calling at all. I'm going to show you some really cool stuff. We're going to go into the PowerPoint slide, and I'm going to go into the back end of Upwork and show you some really cool tips and tricks so you can start getting leads and clients right away without even having any previous work done. That's right. A lot of people say you can't do it. It's really hard or something to work with Upwork because maybe you don't have any previous work. I'm going to show you all the tips and tricks and strategies that I use on using Upwork. So if that's something you're interested in, keep watching this video so I can show you how I did that. Okay, so we're back. Should be able to see my pointer on screen. Here it is here. But before we get started, like always, let me go ahead and explain what this video is going to be about. Okay, first off, I do have this microphone on because I have my air unit in this office just going really loud. You could probably hear it. It's very hot in California, so let's just go on from there. I usually use the other mic that's right in front of me, but it will pick up too much of the air noise, so it's going to be this mic here, but you should be able to hear me pretty good. If you have problems hearing it, let me know in the comments, but hopefully it's good. I do have this squeaky chair. It's going to be changed. Yes, I know. Okay, so Upwork. Let's just cover a few things first, how the video is going to go. We're going to go inside Upwork. I'm going to show you how other people do it, and then how I'm going to tell you to do a custom setup that's going to help you guys get started very quick without any past work, and you should be able to start getting clients and leads right away. I'm going to show you that, and I'm going to show you the PowerPoint slides, and just those three things are going to really help you understand how Upwork works. I'll try to keep this video at a fast pace so you don't get bored, and let's just do it. Okay, here we go. All right, here's my pointer. Like I said, okay, so what happens is when you log into Upwork, what it is for the people who are new, it's just a big search engine for freelancers to list their profile so you can be found. When somebody's looking for work, they find your profile, your picture, and all your descriptions on what you do. And if you follow what I say, you'll make a custom profile. That's one of the big tricks. You need to make a custom profile. If you follow anything I ever do with marketing, I always go one step further than usually the other guys because I'm trying to make sure that I stand out, right? And the same goes with Upwork. You want to make sure that you stand out and you do things a little bit more custom. We're just going to call it custom. So if you do what I say, then you're going to stand out way more than the other people. So there's a lot of tricks to Upwork that people don't talk about, but we're going to talk about it on this video. Okay, let's go ahead and look at how people are really killing it with Upwork. So let's go on screen. Okay, you should be able to see my pointer. Here it is here. So let's go ahead and look. But before we do any kind of searching on Upwork, let me show you a little bit of the interface and how things work so you kind of know when you land here. Sign up, go ahead, it's free, and there's also a paid version which is only $14. If you're serious, let me get this out first. With working with Upwork, I highly recommend that you spend the $14 per month. I know it's $14, but it is a great service, and if you're planning on sticking with it and it's going to be one of your main sources for getting work, pay the $14 because they really do a lot for you, and I'll get into that later. But anyhow, at the very top, you're going to see a few tabs: find work, my jobs, reports, messages, your profile, and all that stuff here, the links, help, and a few other things. Okay, and over here you have filter by. You can go ahead and use this. You can scroll up and down, time zones, freelancers and agencies, hourly rate. There's all kinds of things that you could search with. Okay, so if I keep scrolling up and down, you're going to see over here, you can keep going and going. There's thousands of people in here, so that you're always going to find whatever you guys are looking for. So if you click here at the very top, you're going to see freelancers and agencies and jobs. So I already clicked on freelancers. That means I'm trying to find somebody who can fulfill something that I need done, right? So that's where you would go for that. If you're trying to look for jobs for yourself, like people who are posting, like it's a business that is looking for a Facebook marketer or somebody who wants to do automated email messages or web design or SEO, you'll find that under jobs. So that's the way that works. So now that you know kind of how it works, let's go ahead and look at what other people are doing so you can get ideas. Don't ever copy anybody. Always try to get ideas off of what people do and try to make it better, or just somehow or other, just don't copy it. All right. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting from the very top. We typed in, all I did was click, once again, freelancers and agencies. But once you click this, you need to right away start typing in this box social media marketing, and then hit enter on your keyboard, and that's going to bring you here. So you should see this. That's all I did. Okay, and you have all these people here. So when you start looking here, people that do very well, you're going to see what their hourly rate is. Okay, and you're going to see how much they've earned. And then the people that have been doing this for a while and are in on this is their, you can tell it's one of their main sources. They really concentrate on this. They're going to get a success rate, and if you hover over it, it's going to tell you exactly what this is. Okay, that it means that they finish their jobs with 100% success rate. Okay, and then they get this little box over here too. Some people have this, some people don't, and you can click on more and read more on their description and so forth. Okay, so we keep scrolling down. 96, 100 grand. This is 100K earned. Okay, and you can see what their hourly rate is. Now, I do want to touch really quick on the hourly rate, because people are going to start asking me questions, and that's fine. Go ahead and send in all the questions that you guys want, and you can either click on Ask Rob on my own personal blog here. I always go here and just click on Ask Rob. But let's go back to here so I can show you. I'm going to stay on track. Okay. All right. You can see how the hourly rate changes. It goes from 31, 125. And you're probably wondering, well, people can change their hourly rate and put whatever they want. Most people work on a fixed rate. The hourly rate's usually used as a placeholder, but the way Upwork works is it makes you put that in, and then when your clients contact you, then you can tell them it's a flat rate, and you guys work out something. They can either contact you through the inside of Upwork, or they can contact you on Skype, email you, or even do what they do with us sometimes, is track us down on YouTube or something, or find us on social media. I know it's weird, but when somebody wants to talk to you, they're going to figure out what's the best way, and I'll get into that here in 1 second. So we're going to keep scrolling down. You can see how the hourly rate changes. So if you're new and you don't want to scare everybody, and you don't have all these numbers lit up, I suggest that the rate should be $29. The reason why is, when you start studying this, it's pretty much right where it needs to be, because they're already not going to want to work with you, because you don't have it's not shown that you've done a lot of jobs. And you can see here how this one says 34 jobs. It's because they've worked on 34 jobs. I mean, there's so many jobs, 26 jobs. Well, wait a minute. This is the suggested. If you click on these, when you click on these, you're going to see that. I'm going to do it really quick here. But let's go ahead and go to page 2. Let me just click on one so you guys can actually see. Let this load up. Things load very slow when you're filming, but let it load. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so here's one here. Okay, so this one here, I'm just going to click on it. They've earned 300K. That's a lot of money. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on this one. You can see they charge $95 an hour. Okay, let it open up. It's going to take a minute for it to open up. I want you to see something, how cool this is when you take it serious. Okay, this has a custom profile, exactly what I was talking about. You have your general. If you don't do a custom profile, you only get 1 tab. When you start doing all of them, you get 3. So you can name this one here whatever you want, and this one whatever you want, and in the description it's going to list what you are doing. You can see that they've done already 153 jobs. They've earned over 100K, and their hourly rate is $95 per hour, and they've worked 741 hours. They have a video here to play, and that would be your show reel to show what you do, and you want to do it kind of fast, like within the first 2 minutes or a minute long or two. If you try to do it in a minute, it's going to be kind of like jam-packed. Try to make it 2 minutes, and that should be good for you guys, okay? So you can see that people put all their packages, and pretty much you can list everything. So spend the time to do a custom profile. The more time you spend on your Upwork profile, the more people will ask you for invites, it's called. And that means when you get an invite, they're asking you, hey, are you interested in this job that we have? So not only are you going to get invites, people just finding you. When they do a search, they're going to find your profile as well. And then again, you going after the jobs that are posted. So there's 2 ways to get jobs here. People find you without you doing anything, and then you finding them by you clicking on the jobs that are posted. Got it? 2 ways, okay? So this is really cool. A lot of people don't talk about this, and it's 2 ways. It's not just one, okay? So you can see that this is the work history, and you could pretty much click on all these, and it's going to go into everything that has happened on that job, and you can really see some cool stuff. So you can see if you trust the people that you want to work with, okay? And it just goes down here, portfolio, and it keeps going on and on. These people have done a lot of work. You can see that hers are skills, employment history. There's just so much, I mean, that you could find on any profile, where they're from, pretty much anything that you guys want to do. Now, what I just said about invites, you can see that this person here has been invited 273 times. That's huge. So this is a very popular and very busy profile that people are constantly asking them to do work, and they charge very well, and it seems like people don't have a problem paying that. So how do you create all this, and how do you do all this? Let's get into some of that now that you saw what it looks like when people find you on Upwork. Remember, this is them finding you. So let's go ahead and go back to the other side of it, so when you can see what yours looks like. So let me go ahead and click here, and we're going to over here and click on jobs. Okay, we normally don't use Upwork to get work. So if you guys are wondering, well, how do we actually do it? We actually run ads on Facebook, and we've been doing that for years to get social media clients. And we have a couple of our websites are very old for social media marketing. They're going on 10 years old. So we get referral business, just so you guys know how we do it versus any other company. So we do different things. So I would say we get hit up on referrals, social media, and our store that is out. We have an actual store where people go and can purchase things from us, and just Facebook ads and YouTube. That's how we do it. Now you can do this as well. We really don't do this much, because I'll explain why as we get in this, but you can. I mean, this is one way to go ahead and just stay on this and do very well with it. Okay, so we're on find jobs now. Wait a minute, it didn't go. Let me just click here, find work. It's going to take me straight in. It takes a minute to load. Okay, so we're going to load now. It's loading Upwork again under find work. Now what happens here is we have a couple of accounts, and this one's brand new. It's pretty new. And I want to show you what happens when you have a brand new account, because people will say, well, with a brand new account, it's really hard for me to get work and this and that. Remember, I said make a custom profile. You need to make a custom profile with a show reel. What's a show reel? It's showing you what you have done in the past. It's going to spin through really quick, and it's going to show you like running ads or creating a website. So you're going to jam pack it and make sure you're good at doing videos, so it comes out good. Okay, so you can see here, anything you've searched, it's going to save it here. And there's filters that you can use, and just all kinds of things. Okay, so what we found out by doing some testing, and we have a lot of friends that use Upwork, and they're just like making tons of money. This is right now, I'm showing you a brand new account of what happens when you have a new one. I just want to prove that a new one does very well as well. Okay, so brand new account. This account was actually on the plus account. That means that we were paying the $14 for a couple months, and then we pulled it off. There was no reason to keep it on there anymore, but we're actually going to turn it back on because we like the features that it has. So remember, this is not the #1 source that we're using to get by any means work, but you can. If we were to turn that in, we can. I'll just keep talking and explaining just how things work. So let's go ahead and look at something very quick here. A brand new account that has a custom profile is still going to get found. People will find you and still send you messages and ask if you're interested in doing that job for them. So that's what's happening with one of our profiles. It has no work history at all, and it has a hourly rate of $29. I believe at first our hourly rate was $15. We boosted it up to $29. Keep it at $29. We find that that's about the right one. So in order to prove how busy a brand new profile is, I'm going to show you. But wait, what I want to say is one thing. If you're wondering, well, how come some of these, if you notice, and you're probably wondering this, can somebody contact you and then contact you and not post the work on Upwork? Yes. I don't recommend it, because if you don't start showing that you're doing work with Upwork, people will not take you serious, and it's just going to be much harder for you to get work with Upwork. So try to do and keep all the work inside of Upwork. Even though they do charge you, it is worth it to stick with Upwork. Now, what's happening with many friends of mine and one of our own profiles that we just started, it keeps getting messages from people that want to work outside of Upwork because they saw our show reel and they know that we know what we're doing, and it even says we're not new, we're new to Upwork on this one profile only. And I believe it's gotten a ton of messages. So basically there's a lot of work that people are asking us to do, but we've only done a couple jobs in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at that really quick. If we go to messages here, you can see this is for a brand new profile. I had to blur some stuff out due to so many people's names are in here from the messages and so forth. But you can see where I'm pointing. These are all the messages, and if I scroll down, you can see that there's not a whole bunch, but for a brand new profile, you can see that a lot of jobs came in, and we did a few of them already that are not posted on Upwork. Okay, and we even found people that actually were working with us, and later on we found out, so how'd you hear about us? And they said, we found you on Upwork. So you found us on Upwork? We didn't even know that. Well, it's because they saw us on Upwork, but then they ended up finding us later on YouTube, or they found us on social media. So it was kind of weird. But you can see that you'll still get a lot of invites and messages asking if you're interested in jobs without any work history at all if you're running a custom profile. Remember what I showed you about the custom profile. You got to have all your tabs completely filled out with everything that you guys do and a show reel. Okay, so that's one way there. But let me go ahead and show you now jobs. We're going to look for jobs. So let's go ahead and the way you can do some custom searches. Now that you know that you can get clients with a brand new profile, we're over that part, right? So let's move on to the next segment here, which is going to be how do you search for jobs? And I'm going to do it right here on screen. Hopefully it doesn't lag on screen. Social media. Okay, and you can see how that just came up. Let me just separate that for 1 second. Okay, you can see how that comes up there. Social media marketing, Facebook marketing. Let's go ahead and click here. I want to show you guys how this just populates very quick, and you can see all these people looking for work. There's no cold calling. This is about the cold calling now. No cold calling. You're basically clicking on the jobs, and you're just adding your cover letter, and you're talking about yourself and pretty much all that stuff. And once you get good at this, you understand the way it goes. So I'll get into that in 1 second here. Okay, so here we go. It pulled up 1,343 jobs for social media marketing, for Facebook marketing. You could go ahead and type in whatever you want. You could narrow it down to pretty much anything that you guys want. Let me get a sip of this coffee because I'm half asleep. Sorry for drinking on camera. I don't usually do that. Okay, so we have all these here, I want you guys to learn how to use the filters. This is very powerful. I have a friend of mine that uses Upwork all the time also, and he asked me, do you guys ever use it? I said, yeah, but we don't even use Upwork much. There's a couple of us that do. I have a couple of friends of mine that always use Upwork only for getting jobs, and this is the way that we do it, if we're going to do it, and how they do it as well. So this is a proven way. Okay, so as soon as all these jobs come up, what you want to do is you can either leave it on US only. What I like to do, what I found out, is turn this off. You're going to click there, and now you're getting all the jobs. So it should populate in 1 second, and it just went from the 1,300 and something to 8,535 jobs. Now there's a whole bunch of people that are posting, and we're going to get into that here. But what I like to do is, you can see here where I'm actually pointing. This one here, like I'm going to start pointing some really cool stuff out. So pay attention here, because this is really going to help you if you're new to Upwork and understanding how just the whole thing works here. Just can't think of the word, but the structure of it. Whatever. Proposals 5 to 10. Sometimes this will say even 50 that have been put in. Do you really want to send your cover letter and send a proposal out to somebody who's already gotten a bunch of inquiries? Probably not, because they're probably going to get filled by somebody who has previous work and is going to blow you away, right? So let's try to narrow that down here in 1 second. You can see this is 5 to 10, which isn't bad. 5 to 10, less than 5. Now my filter might be on, but no, it's not on. But I want to show you something really cool. So there's certain things that you can do. Now, before we go any further, I want to say one thing. A lot of people will say, hey, Upwork is always, everybody's looking for a deal. That's true. People are looking for deals. But there is a way to use a filter to get rid of the people who are just trying to get stuff done for basically nothing and try to get some real clients out of it. Let me show you how you do that. You click filters, and you can see there's a bunch of filters to choose from. Not that many, but go ahead and learn how it works. All that stuff here. And like always, if you follow me in the past, I always say always learn all the search engines or whatever thing I'm showing you. Learn where all the buttons are. It doesn't take that long. The quicker that you guys learn where things are, the better you're going to be at using one of these programs and really nailing it. Okay, so as you can see, I'm going to go right to where I want to go. Job type, where you see me circling, I'm going to click on fixed price. That means fixed price means there's 2,355 people that have posted a fixed price. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, that's just the way it works. Do I want 20 to 50 plus proposals? No. Let's just choose, let's just make it quick, and we're going to choose less than 5 proposals. That's perfect right there. And there's 839 that we're going to see. That's plenty. I'm sure I can find some good jobs there if I'm really seriously, looking, right? So you can scroll down here, and you can get into this more, project length, whatever. I don't do any of that. I just close it so it's just not in the way. So now your filter set, you don't have to do anything. To make sure, if you guys are always want to know, are you running filters or not, right here, see it? There's 2 filters, clear filters or not. Okay, so you got the X, fixed price, and we're running less than 5 proposals for this keyword. Okay, and we have US, which is off. You can see that off. All right, and you can sort by if you want here and all that stuff in the view and everything, but trying to keep this video simple as possible. I'm sure you guys will get the hang of it. Okay, so now what happens is when you guys come here, it's less than 5, and you can see, hey, they're not paying peanuts, right? They're paying a decent budget. If you know what you're doing and you understand what they're asking for, click on it. This person here is asking for social media marketer with HubSpot experience wanted, and you can read what they say. Click here where it says more, and it's usually going to list off a bunch of stuff what they're exactly looking for. Now sometimes, give you a little bit of a warning here, you'll see this when you click more, and it's just like this huge book that they just wrote. It's funny. It's a big long thing that they're trying to explain. I myself don't read that kind of stuff. I'm just like, no, because they're just, remember what you guys are doing. I should just say this: if you're gonna read all that, it's somebody who's really specific on what they need. And if you're not good at what they're asking for, don't get involved in it, because it's just going to turn out to be a mess. Only choose things that you know you can fly through and you're really good at, and you specialize in that. There's many things in here that you guys can choose from, so be specific yourself on who you're working with. Make sure you get along with them and make sure you're a good match. If you're not a good match, just move along. It's one of my best tips ever is, if you're not a good match, don't work with anybody, because that one person will just drive you nuts, or vice versa. Maybe they might not like the way you're trying to do things or what. So just make sure. So when you see that big long list, it's kind of like a warning. They want things done their way. They're specifically saying, this is what I want, this is the time frame, and you better be good at it, because they want you to know this and that. And they'll even say it in there, don't waste my time. Don't say you can do something and you cannot, and don't submit a proposal if you're not really good at this. So yeah, they really get in there and they tell you exactly how things work. These are lit up. You can see these in yellow because that's what we have typed in the keyword. Okay, and the keyword is right here. Okay, so that's why those are popping up. So if you come over here again, this one's going to pay 500, which is good. Still isn't bad, right? Remember, you're just starting out, so don't be so picky either on the money. You basically want to get your jobs posted right away on your profile, so it shows that you've guys done some work. Get that going right away as quick as possible. If you stick to this, you can probably get your profile with some jobs in there within 3 months. Remember, I said 3 months. This is not something that's going to come overnight and you're just going to start killing it like some of these people where it shows they're making 300,000 a year or 300,000 or 100,000 like in a couple months. Some people are making tons of money here. Okay, another one. Let's click. I'm not going to click a bunch. I just wanted to show you what I'm saying. Look at this one, a big story, right? I was just telling you about this. If you read this, like I'm saying, they're going to tell you exactly what they're looking for. So make sure you understand it. And pretty much you can see it over here that the tags are basically, this is what they want you to know, and you better know it. And it says they want 2 years experience. Okay, so if you click on something like this, Facebook paid ads, let's see, this is a law firm. Let me just scan through it really quick. I want to just show you something. Okay, it's less than 5. One of the most important things is you want to click on jobs that are not that old. If they're very old, then it's going to have too many inquiries and proposals. Okay, makes sense? See right here at the very top, it says posted 17 minutes ago. Like if I was trying to get this is perfect for us. We could just click here and let me just show you what's going to happen, how it looks on the inside. Posted 20 minutes ago. Facebook paid ads. Like myself, I'm good at running Facebook ads for any business at all. I mean, we can run them and get the data for you and show you how it works. Anything that somebody wants, we do all custom Facebook marketing. Been doing it for a while now. We're really good at it. I don't mean to brag, but sometimes these people want you to brag too. So if you're good at it, make sure that you have a video showing how good you are. That's how it works. Okay, so you can see here, preferably in excess of 6 million a year, blah blah blah. These people are serious, and you're going to see that if they're really serious, they want you to know everything, including TikTok. Okay, that's one of the new social media platforms. Not that new, but it's really popular now. So it's good to get good at that as well. So you can see all this stuff, right? Look at this. Okay, but one thing that's interesting is you want to come down here. It's still less than 5. Interviewing. Here's where you want to keep your eyes at. Okay, proposals, less than 5. Interviewing. That means, are they interviewing anybody for the job? If they were, like if they were interviewing me, if you were looking at this and I saw it first and I put my bid in, you would see 1. Okay, and sometimes you'll see invites. That means that they invited 3 or 4 people for interviews, but nobody's accepted them yet. Then you'll see just all the invites. They haven't done anything yet because it's so new. So this is what you want to do. You want to work on the new ones. So remember, interviewing, they're not interviewing anybody. So this is good if you can handle this kind of work. Okay, and just read everything that they're trying to do. They're really getting into all this stuff, and I'm not going to read it, of course. It'll just take too long. They're really looking for somebody who has major skills. Okay, so again, this one here. Now, when you submit a job, you'll come over here to the right and you'll push this big green button. You guys are done. or I mean not done. I'm going to show you more here. Or you can just click save job and go back to it. Remember, if you're interested in a job, jump on it very quick when they're just posted to get your proposal in there and get an interview and hopefully start speaking with the job poster. You want to hurry up and get it to where you guys are working with each other. You agree on something and make sure you know what you're doing, because I mean some of this stuff is serious, most of it is. Okay, so this takes 4 connects. I didn't talk about that yet. So that's membership. Connects means 4 connects. So it's kind of like they give you like for free, I believe it's 70 of them. I don't remember what the free one was. It's either 50 or 70. So this takes 4. Some only take 2, some take 6. I believe the highest one I saw is 8, if I'm right, okay, on that. So average is 4 to 6. Okay, so you click submit and you can read some more stuff here on the sidebar and pretty much all kinds of stuff. So let's act like we were going to work with them. We're going to click submit proposal. Okay, give it a second to load. Hopefully you guys are liking this. While it loads, go ahead and smash the like button. Okay, I really need the like button smashed so my videos can start moving along and this YouTube channel finally takes off. I'm trying to get more serious about it and film videos all the time and give you the value that you guys are looking for. I know this is going to help a lot of you who are really trying to do this. Remember I said that we have a custom profile as well, and you can see that here is the first thing it's going to ask me, since I have 3 tabs on my custom profile. Do I want general profile, social media marketing, or web design? I wish it had one that said SEO, because that's one of the things that we specialize in as well, and it doesn't. So social media marketing, that's what they're after anyhow. 4 connects, and we come down here. It's going to give you some more information on the job detail. You can see it's pretty much set up in little boxes. This is a little box where I'm circling around. Expert level, they're looking for somebody who really knows their stuff. Even us, we're really good at this, but you know, would we take on a job where they're asking for this and this? Probably not, because I don't want to argue with anybody unless I send them. Sometimes we will send out stuff, you know, but since we don't really work with Upwork as much as we should, you know, because we're already busy with just doing Facebook ads and we get our clients that way, or referrals. I mean, we really don't need to be on Upwork, but we can. Okay, so we'll take both. I'm not saying we won't. Just don't get confused on that. So this is perfect for the people who need work and don't have any work. You can be super busy. You can be busier than us, okay, just by working with Upwork. So I don't want to confuse anybody on that. I'm just saying we do it a different way. Okay, so right here you can see what they're saying. Click the more button. It's going to be the same thing that they posted before. This is the same exact thing, and this is what they're asking for. Skill level, right? Terms. Okay, just so you guys get used to what this means. So hang in there. This is what you guys need to learn if you guys are new, if you've never seen a video like this yet. Here it is here. They're paying, the client's budget is $500. Milestone means that you'll get paid in sections, like they'll pay you so much when you accomplish this part, and then when you get to this part, then they'll pay you a little bit more, so you get paid in sections. You can agree to that, or you can say no and just click here, and you want to get paid all at once. If you want 3 parts, you just put a description here of how you want to get paid really quick. The due date and the amount would be the same as here, and then it basically just totals out. When you come to this, and if you forget to click on anything, it'll warn you and it'll say go back and click. So the main thing is you don't want to put that it's going to take you a long time. They'll probably choose somebody else if you say that. Always just choose. I always choose, if I'm like testing this platform, we'll just choose less than 1 week, even if it's going to take us longer. We'll just explain to them, and keep in mind that the hourly rate that you guys put in your own profile does not really matter. I mean, but you should have it not too high at first if you don't have any previous work, because you're going to work under a fixed rate anyhow, and these are fixed rate jobs anyhow. So not to confuse you. So just let me make that clear again. Like, your profile needs to be, if you're just starting out, no more than $29. If you go too cheap, it doesn't look like you're worth it. That's why I like the number of $29 on your profile. That's what you should put. Once you get a bunch of jobs in there, kick it up to what the average is. Look at other people's profiles, and then you can put 75, 95, 120 wherever you feel that you should be. So it just comes with experience, and you'll learn more. Any confusion on any of this, go ahead and contact us and I'll explain how it works. Okay, so how long will this project take? And then you just go ahead and choose whatever you guys want. Now here's the cool part that I like right here, the cover letter. The cover letter is going to be like a simple email, like a couple paragraphs long, not too long. But what you want to do, here's the big tip here, is on the first line, the very first line of your letter, within, I'm talking like the fourth word out, it should say hello, or like you could just say like, hello, here is my show reel. Hello, here is my show reel. Or word it better, speak right? I can't even think. You want to show your show reel. It's going to be the link to your YouTube show reel that you filmed. So it's going to be like within the first couple words, because that's what's going to show on their end when they're looking for people. They're only going to see the first sentence on your cover letter. Got it? I'll explain it again just to make sure the people that didn't understand this. This is the big tip to all this. Your cover letter has to have your YouTube show reel that you created. A show reel is you showing what you do. That's what's going to get you the jobs here. A lot of people don't use a show reel. Use a show reel. People have tracked this down just because of our show reel. And this is coming from the new profile that we just made. We don't have any work in there, and people are tracking us down just because of our show reel. It's kind of impressive, really impressive. I can't even speak here because hold on. I'll try to see if I can include the show reel somewhere in this, or just ask me for it. I don't mind showing one of the show reels that we have done. It's not a big deal. Okay, but once you want to put it on your first sentence of your cover letter. So whatever your cover letter starts with, like, hi, this is Rob, here is my show reel. I mean, that quick. You want to get it out there, and then let your description start talking, lay everything out, what you do. Got it? Let's keep moving along here. Okay. You can upload stuff here. Now, on this one that we clicked on, usually there's going to be 4 other boxes, and it's going to say what made you choose this project, or what stands out in this project. I usually just put on these little boxes that say that stuff, like, have a lot of experience, please look at my show reel and my cover letter. And I just copy and paste that on all the boxes because I want them to go back, watch the show reel, read the cover letter. I know you're asking a million questions. Sometimes there'll be 4 or 5 boxes. Okay, I could find one probably and show you, and that's it. So once you do that, submit it, and it's going to say it's been sent, and you'll find out if they contact you and so forth. And remember, if you're doing this and you're sending out proposals within jobs that are new, and you do this every day, so how many times should you do this every day? Let's talk about that. I would try to send out 3 or 4 every day, every other day. Don't go too crazy with it and waste all your connects right away, like on the first day or something. Spread it out, just because the algorithm in this thing, I keep hearing that it's better to do it like a few a day and a few the next day and the next day. So that's just what we've seen, and it works great. So again, how is it working for us with a brand new profile? And the reason why I want to talk about a brand new profile, because it's so interesting that even a new one is going to get all these messages coming in and people saying, hey, we want you to really help us, and blah, blah, blah. Remember, a lot of people will ask you to work very cheap. You don't have to accept the job. Go ahead and accept what you think is fair. That's why we like running Facebook ads or getting jobs other ways, because we want to get paid a specific rate. We take them to our store. Our store's got our prices, and that's just the way it works. Remember, Upwork is going to charge you every time you accept a job. I forget exactly what they charge. I needed to go in there to see, but it's not that bad. It's worth it because people are making tons of money on here. Okay, so let's go into some slides. Maybe I can back out of this and go, let's see. Let me back out of this one here and click on another one really quick, and you can click on save, and this little button here, which is the thumbs down, social media manager. There's so many things to search for and click on, but I don't want to drag this video on retargeting ads. That's always fun to do. But estimated budgets. Oh yeah, sometimes people will put $15. That's usually a placeholder. There's no way that well, I don't think so. Anybody's going to do retargeting ads, run a budget for $15. It's impossible. So that was usually, you'll see in there, or when they speak to you, sorry, that was just a placeholder. I'm willing to pay you $500, $700 usually if they're serious. So look for the people that are serious, use the filters, learn how to look for work, very easy, and just click on all these jobs and make sure you're sending out. At first, if you're brand new to this, go ahead and send out 10 the first day, next day do another 10, and later on do 3 or 4 every other day. Okay, that should be fine. And you should be pretty busy pretty quick even without a busy profile if you did it custom the way I showed you. Sorry for my phone beeping while I'm filming this, but I had to leave it on because of important stuff. Social media marketing strategy, that's just not paying enough money, right? But don't forget, people always use placeholders, or they're willing to pay more. And that's what we've found out over all this messing around with this. Like, here's one for $5,000. Okay, huge. And let's keep moving along. 500 Facebook ads for my clients and my agencies. There's many people that run agencies just like you guys that are running, and they don't do any of the work. They just want to go ahead and find people who are doing it. And what's weird about this is, it's not really strange, but people will have an agency maybe like yourself, and they don't know how to run Facebook ads. They'll come over here and post or say that they can do it. Then they turn around and you just click on the button on top, this one. Okay, so they got hired, right? They click on here, and now they look for freelancers and agencies on somebody who they can connect with. They save them in their favorites, and every time they get a job, they just use that person to fulfill the jobs. You can do that, but just make sure. It's kind of hard. If you don't know how to run Facebook ads, you don't know what to even look for. Like us, we know when somebody's doing ads wrong. I can go in there and look in the back end of Facebook leads and just pretty much say this person's done it wrong, and they're just going to ruin whatever you're trying to do because the ads are not going to perform the way they should. So that being said, before you hire somebody else to do your work for you, make sure you understand it yourself. Hopefully that makes sense. I should make another video on that because I got one coming up where I'm going to show how the ads are all ran and what happens when you hire other people. But usually you can find people that are super talented on Upwork that run Facebook ads and do everything the way they're supposed to do it, if you know what to look for. If you don't, again, it's like, how can you hire somebody if you don't even know if they're good, right? So let me see here. So if we click on this one here, so you can see another one really quick here. I wanted to show you those other boxes, and you can see how this one's new as well. I think there's nobody. This was posted 5 hours ago. Isn't bad for connects on here. So if we act like we're interested, we can just click here. Let me show you these boxes, because I know somebody might send them a bunch of messages going, what did you mean by those other boxes? Let me show you. Let it go ahead and load. Here's another good time to smash the like button since you're waiting for this to load. Hopefully you guys are getting some value out of this. I usually don't spend that much time like explaining things, but I want you guys to learn. This stuff's cool. If you can learn this, you can get all kinds of work from it. And the people who do get work from it, send me a message to say, hey, I got work the first week, really listened to you, or really like what you said. Whatever. I don't know. Go ahead and tell me how it went. Okay, look at all these boxes. See, cover letter, another one. This is just a simple one also as well, cover letter. Usually there's 3 or 4 boxes that say what made you like this job. Like it'll say, right, it'll look just like this box, and it'll say, what made you like this job? What's the easiest part of this, or what's the hardest part of this job that you find the hardest? It'll say that, and then you type something in. That's all the other boxes say. There's usually 2 or 3, so don't get overwhelmed with that. Okay, if you get confused in any of this, just go ahead and send it to me. So I think I've showed you pretty much how that works. Let's go into the PowerPoint, and I'll kind of like explain here so we don't get confused, and start from the beginning. Okay, I made a really cool PowerPoint slide here so you guys can be impressed, right? Just kidding. Okay, how to get clients from Upwork. I already showed you. So it's always good to go back in here and talk about some of the things that I was saying. Number one, set up your custom profile with tabs. The tabs are the little things that go across. So I don't want you guys, here's where all the mistakes come in. And I see this over and over. I mean, we're not like using Upwork, like I said, to get all our work from it. We just wanted our profile to be ran in there because people will call you without you even looking for work, right? You're not clicking on jobs. Even if you don't click on jobs, people will actually find you in the searches when they do searches. So that's what I like about Upwork. Really cool. And it's worth it to pay the $14 because your ad is always visible. If you don't pay, they're going to start sending you messages. If you don't post any work that you've done, let's say you've done like 3 or 4 jobs, but you never posted it on Upwork. Upwork thinks you're not really involved with them. So they'll put your profile to private unless you pay. If you pay, you get more connects. They give you a package. They do all kinds of little things for the membership plus package. So always good to spend the $14 per month. Okay, back over here really quick. So create the tabs, create a specialized profile. That's what they call it. When you guys start working with this, create your specialized profile. Use a portfolio section. If you guys have done a lot of work and you're not just like sending like God, I can't going blank and stuff here, like sending a work for other people to do it for you. I just can't think of the word I always use, the correct word. Then you want to create a profile that shows all the past work that you guys have done. Add a video profile too. That's your show reel. That should say show reel here. Okay, that's what you guys want to do. Take your time on this. Okay, don't try to create your profile really quick because it's going to come out bad and no one's going to call you. If you don't have the tabs set up, it's not going to work. Submit a proposal resume. You have to make sure that when you click the proposal, the best way to do it, you know what we actually do? We just keep a whole bunch of ours. We got like 10 of them, I think, inside Google under drafts. So all we do is copy our draft. It's already got our show reel link. So everything that you're talking about that you say you're good at should have a show reel for that. So in other words, social media, we have one set up for social media. We have another show reel set up for website design. We have another one set up for SEO. So we have a bunch of show reels that have been made for each proposal that we're sending out. The resume that's just copy and pasted in there. Now one box that says cover letter, that's your proposal resume. That's where you drop it in. So it's not like you're typing that out. You just copy and pasting, submit, copy and paste, submit. Once you get good at this, also, you'll be able to scan through these really quick and just click, yeah, I can do this job. And make sure you can do it. Make sure you like what it says. Bam, hit it. Boom, make sure it's gone. It was only posted an hour ago. It's perfect. Bam, hit it. And you start doing that over and over. You don't have to spend too much time and read everything and go through every little thing. You'll get good at it and just start flying through it. That's where you want to be. Hourly rate, like I said, $29. Probably that's pretty much the average. I've talked to many people about this as well and heard other people's thoughts. 29 is perfect. Don't go too high because you haven't posted any previous jobs. Some people will start a brand new profile within the week. They've already done 3 jobs, which is really amazing. If that's you, go ahead and then maybe you do want to change your hourly rate. That's up to you. Okay, next slide here. How to use Upwork. I've already talked about this, but we just want to recap on some of these things. How to find work. Make sure you're using the filters. If you don't use the filters, then you're going to get all kinds of people that are looking to get stuff done real cheap. You'll hear a lot of people say that, oh, Upwork's full of people just wanting things done super cheap. Not true. There's people in there willing to pay good money. So you just have to know how to find them. So you have to learn how to use the search engine. Always learn how to use these search engines. It's not like hard, you know, you just have to spend the time. You have to want to do this. If you don't have a way, like if you're doing cold calling and it's driving you nuts, do this. I mean, you do this every day, you're going to have clients. I got to put a disclaimer out there though, somewhere in this video. It works different for everybody. Some people will really try hard. It's going to work great for them. And people that don't really try hard, they're not going to succeed as others do with Upwork. Okay, there's my disclaimer. Okay. How many times do you have to submit a proposal? Do it every other day. or if you first start out, do it every day for a couple days. You don't want to overwhelm it. You'll be out of connects and you're going to start spending more money. You can refill those connects. The connects are the ones that come with your membership. I believe they give you 70. And if you already have some of your free ones, you probably have 140 in there or something. And then you can go in there and reload more and more. They're only a couple bucks, but it's worth it. Membership and connects, that's what I'm talking about right here. Okay. Plus membership, should you use a Plus membership account? Yes, use it, because it's going to show on the other person's side that you are a paid member and not just trying to do this for free. They'll respect you more. Okay, put your video on the first line in the proposal. You remember what I said about that? It needs to be on the first line so they see it right away, because that's what the person sees on the other end that's reading the cover letter. If you put it somewhere in the description, like a paragraph down, they won't see it, and you probably won't get any kind of calls, or not calls, but I mean messages that somebody's trying to invite you. Okay, next slide here, custom profile. I already showed you some. Okay, that's how the tabs go. I made this very quick. Okay, general profile, you probably can't change that if I remember right. This one you can. The next profile can say whatever it wants. Next one you can change. So you can change these. So when somebody clicks on this one, it's going to have your title and your description of what you guys do. Okay, so you put everything in there, and that's going to be very powerful. That's why you want a custom profile, because people are seeing when you ask for jobs, you're able to choose, okay, this one's social media. You use that little drop down I showed you, and you're going to click there, and they're going to see this. They're not going to see the general profile. If you don't make a custom specialized profile, that means you're just using your general profile. You've jam-packed everything in there, and it doesn't look as custom, and it's not good. But you know what's strange? You'll see people that have made tons of money, and they've never done this. They've never created a custom profile, just because, not that they're lazy, they just didn't do it for whatever reasons was their reason. But you want to do it because I can see that it works very well. Okay, cover letter on proposal. Put your video, I already talked about this, put your video on the first line of description. This is the most important thing if you got out of this video, is you have to use a show reel. If you're not using a show reel and you already have an Upwork account, go ahead and change that and watch how it's going to change everything. And then you'll contact me, and I want you to tell me, send me a message, or leave it in the comments so other people can see that it did work, because it does work. I mean, I know it does. I got like 3 or 4 friends of mine on Upwork, and all of us use show reels. The show reels is what gets us work. Make your show reel no longer than 2 minutes long, and you can't talk like, oh man, even I'll say that sometimes I'll get on video and I'm just like dragging down, okay, here's how you do this, and you don't want to try to sound upbeat. I mean, super fast, upbeat, like, hey, welcome to my show reel. Okay, check out all this cool stuff. You don't have to sound like a total crazy TV salesman, but at least sound upbeat where they're just watching that video with eyes open, watching you, and they're just totally engaged. So that's what I did on mine. It's more upbeat than I usually am. As you guys know, I usually, like, it's just so laid back that I have to force myself to be upbeat, because I have that tendency of just lagging, and I don't know, that's just me. Okay, so that's how that works, and let's go ahead and get out of that. So hopefully you guys understand now what I'm talking about on the way Upwork works. It's one of the best ways to get clients left and right. Pretty much, you can see I mean, the proof is there. Just look at what other people are doing. They're just making a full career out of it, making hundreds of thousands per year. I mean, there's people making, I don't even know what the highest one is in there, but I would imagine it's, I mean, just, I don't even want to say, but probably over 500,000 easy, a year. Okay, so go ahead and do it. If you're sick of cold call, there's no reason to cold call. When you cold call, you're actually bothering people. I see it, and just asking for them to do something that they weren't really looking for. At least the people are here. They're actually posting, hey, I'm looking for somebody to help me with my business. I don't know how to set up a Facebook account. I mean, it could be anything. And if you have to, here's another good tip: try to do things very cheap at first. Maybe you're not getting paid what you really want, but at least you're getting your reviews in there, your stars lit up, the whole thing. You're just getting it going. People can see your past histories of jobs, and then you can start looking for the higher paid ones. And always be very nice to everybody, because they can say something that it didn't work out good and so forth. So you don't want to do that. Okay, hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Once again, smash the like button. Subscribe to my channel. Any questions, don't forget to go to Smart Profit Money and click on Ask Rob. I do answer all the questions there. I'm very active with Ask Rob. I answer all the questions that come in. If they are piling up in there, give me a chance. I do answer all of them though, and I'm very active in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to go to my Facebook group. All right, let's end this video. See ya.